Hi, Laura here, and today I'm going to be talking about how to do the building blocks that will lead into doing the rollover. If you're new to my channel, my name is Laura. I'm a certified Pilates instructor and also a certified personal trainer. And today, like I mentioned, we're going to be doing the building blocks of the rollover from the original traditional Pilates mat sequence. So what is the rollover? The rollover is an inverted exercise that requires not just abdominal strength, but also includes a lot of upper body strength, postural opening, tricep strength, and also abdominal strength in terms of being able to hold your legs up in the air. And so for the rollover, the first thing that we're going to want to do is practice being in our arms or standing in our upper back. So I want you to lay down on your back, and as you have your hands right next to your body, straight alongside you, reaching towards your feet here, I want you to think about not just pressing your palm prints into the ground, but also pressing your triceps into the ground. So it's going to be in your upper arm bone. And as you press that down, really try to hug the belly into your back here. I always like to think of a zipper that's on the front of my belly. I'm thinking of the teeth of those zippers pulling in and together. So that happens at the same time, boop, that I push my upper arm bones into the ground. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then relax. We're going to do that one more time together. Pressing the whole entire arm bone into the ground. I think of stretching my collarbones wide to the side, and we hold 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then relax. So that's a really good way to build up some isometric strength. Isometric means static or frozen hold that your arm is going to be doing while your legs are moving in space. Another way that you can work on building up the arm strength through the back of your shoulders is going to be on your belly. So let's go ahead and lay down, face down on the ground. So you can have your entire forehead to the ground, or like me, you can take one ear to the ground. I want you to keep your handprints onto the floor and let your shoulders roll downwards towards the ground. And really, this is what I see a lot of people's normal kind of stance for their shoulders, is kind of that rounded forward posture. So what I want you to do is try to pick those shoulders up and off the floor, squeezing those shoulder blades together. And we do the same hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then lower down. And again, we lift the shoulder heads up. We squeeze those shoulders together, imagining that they're hugging in the center of your spine, and then relax it down. So I like that as a way to build up the strength in the back of your shoulders, your triceps, your rear delts, your upper back, without having the tactile feedback of the table. And also pressing up against gravity creates a little bit of resistance as well. What I do like about the rollover is that you do have something to push against, but this really teaches you to not only push from your arms. Notice we didn't actually like move our hands anywhere. So I'm not pushing my hands into the mat as I do the rollover. I'm moving my upper arm bones into the ground so that I'm standing a little bit more across from shoulder head to shoulder head, because that's going to be really important for this exercise. Another thing is you've got to be able to hold your legs in space. So how do you build up that strength to lift your feet up from the ground? So there's a couple things that I like to work with a client first. And the first thing is a dead bug. So you can start with your feet hip width apart, and you can work on lifting one leg up at a time up into a tabletop position. So that's going to be working at the lower belly to be able to hold half of that leg up at a time. You can also practice that shoulder work that we did just moments ago. Then from there, we can do double legs. With the double legs, I like to start already in the top position here. So in this top position, I squeeze my legs as if I have one leg, and then I'm gonna reach those tiptoes away from me, and then lift the tiptoes right back up. And again, lower the tiptoes down, lift the tiptoes right back up. And all we're doing is getting our center, getting our core used to being responsible for our legs. From there, if you're someone that has really tight hamstrings or a tight lower back, you can do, I have a couple videos on this as well, some hamstring stretches in this laying down position to start to work on stretching the back of the leg, as you are gonna need that length for the rollover exercise. So I hold my upper leg bone in place as I try to stretch my toes to the ceiling. If you feel like it's in your body, you can also play with flexing and pointing the toes. Sometimes this doesn't feel comfortable if you're super tight through the back of the legs. So you just work up to it. You stay within a comfortable discomfort, but we don't want to really push it like a 10 out of 10. We're aiming for maybe like a 5 or a 6 on a scale of the 1 to 10 in terms of like being able to feel something, but not really push us to that edge of the cliff, if that makes sense. So you can do that with one leg at a time, and then hugging both legs in, keeping your hands to the floor. Work on stretching both legs out at a time, and work towards reaching both legs to a straight L position, toes over the hips. Then we migrate into that rollover. I'm going to take my legs down to the 45 degrees, push my arms into the ground, take a big exhale, and I'm over. When you go over, you look up at your legs. You're not looking from side to side, and you're going to control that descent down bone by bone by bone. And that's it. So these building blocks, they don't necessarily all happen within the same day, within the same time frame. Take what you need for where you are right now and start to work towards that end goal of the rollover. For me, it took me a long time to work up to that advanced inversion exercise because I had a really tight back. And so it took a long time for me to learn how it felt and what it should be like to stand into my shoulders and get my shoulders and my upper back in the range of motion, be able to have my body go over and stand on top of my upper body. So let me know if that was helpful. If you have any questions, go ahead and leave them down in the comments down below. And if you like seeing videos like this, go ahead and give this video a thumbs up. It lets me know to create more content like this, and shoot me a request down in the comment box below. If you want to break down another Pilates exercise, or if you want to break down a traditional weight training exercise, let me know. I'd love to hear from you what you would like to learn more about. And if we're not already connected on social media, subscribe to my page or hit me up on Instagram at laura.melgar.fitness. I love connecting with you and helping you learn to grow stronger together. Have a great day.